Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. This is Rob Shaw of Giraffe. Today, I'm sitting here with John Kelso, a ruminant specialist and specialist on dairy farming. John, you listened to one of my first videos on the different dairy production systems, and one of the systems I outlined was the traditional British system, which was autumn calving, autumn block calving, and production of milk through the winter. Do you want to elaborate on that and its place in UK dairy farming?
Yes, this type of system was very popular in the UK because of basically our ability to grow cheap forage, namely grass. And that's what it stemmed out of, and it has been historical, over the last 50 plus years. The main key focus, on the autumn block calving was the ability to make good quality silage. So when your cow is at maximum peak yield, you have this good quality forage to control it, and also our milk prices commanded farmers to do that because we had a 30-40% higher milk price in the winter time as what we did the rest of the summer, and that was why it was continued on.
John, statistically, it's considered to be the least profitable system. High input, high output dairy is considered to be the most profitable, followed by a well-run grass-based New Zealand style system. Where has this fallen down? Is that a fair assumption that it's the least profitable?
I think you have to clarify the system itself. The system we have today that you're referring to was not the system we had in the 70s, 80s, and maybe early 90s, because we've a different animal. It'd have been more of a traditional British Friesian air share type animal that we had. We've moved into the modern Holstein, and that's I'm not here to bash them. They came in for a reason, and that was for the high genetic merit farm. And then other people start to see these high genetic merit cows, wanted a piece of that, and the problem came, and the profitability issue happened when they started mixing the two. And that was where it fell down. So whenever you talk to the modern farmer today and you ask about that system, he'll mention what he's doing today, but in reference to what they did back in the 70s and 80s, which was not the same animal. It was not the same forages. It was not even the same quality of housing. And that's been the big problem with trying to mix these two systems. The high genetic merit system, which is becoming more and more popular now in the UK, it's probably the most popular, but they tried to have the cows in nearly all summer and graze a part of it. Well, that's just a nightmare to try and control the animal, to control your inputs, to control your outputs. It becomes very difficult and more challenging.
So what you're saying is there is still profitability in this system. Let me summarize. You need to have the right genetics. You need to produce good forages as conserved forage, and you need to maximize graze grass. And you need to focus on your management and not try and chase yield. Is that right, or is there anything else to add?
Yeah, I think you summarized it quite good. Just to elaborate on some of the points, it's going to be difficult for farmers to come back to the more traditional type cow, but I'm afraid profit's going to force them to do that. But you also have to bear in mind, back whenever this was a popular system in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it just wasn't a family farm that farmed milk cows. They also had a lot of profit from the beef calves, and they had a little beef enterprise. They were able to manage their grassland really well because they also would have had a few sheep on that, and also to help the aid of their management and crop rotation, they would have had a little bit of arable on the farm. Now, usually in the UK, a small family farm has become more devoted towards dairy, where it's 90 or 100% dairy, and it might have some sheep in the winter time, just to graze the grass, but before Christmas time. And that's another element that you have to take into consideration, which I think modern agriculture has to maybe step back and look at it for this type of system that you're talking about.
Okay, so what you're saying is you need to understand the system of production. You're going for block calving, you're going for medium output, and not try and chase that high output on a medium input system. This is Rob Shaw from Giraffe Consulting, thanking John Kelso for his contribution, and hopefully we'll hear from you in the future, John. Thank you.